Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with this, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside, so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense, but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's going to happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson when you find that little thing that you're going to practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Coldplay Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. And finally, it's most people's favorite. This is application, where we take the past concepts from other live lessons and we see how they apply to an actual real song that already exists. And since there's like 1,000 different ways to play any song, you're just going to work on the version that is appropriate for your level. So that might just mean playing one note at a time for right now. Or maybe you're working on chords or covering the full song. Or maybe you're just seeing how the song breaks down so you can better write and transcribe your own songs in the future. But whatever your level is, the goal is not this song. So even if you don't play the whole entire song, you'll get better by even attempting a little bit of it, and attempt it we shall. Yeah, something like that. We'll learn, I think, all of that and hopefully some more. But first, let me introduce you to the incomparable Kendra, running the chat room and everything else around here.
Guess what, Jamin? So recently on a live stream that I did on YouTube, I talked about video games. And last night I was introduced to a new video game called Bloons Tower Defense 5. And it was very fun.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what other video games are you talking about in your live stream? It was a
Yes!
music live stream, but you're talking
Music
about
live
video games.
stream. Yes. Yeah. Another one that I love is Wizard 101.
Yeah, I know about that one
Yeah.
from you. I've never played it. Yeah. Okay.
And Mario, of course.
Cool.
Of course. Yeah, I guess those are the main
I'll
ones.
go check that out.
but
Actually,
yeah.
that sounds very interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very like addicting. It's a good stay up past your bedtime kind of
Oh,
thing.
not the game. I mean the live stream. I'm gonna go check out your
Oh.
live stream and see what you said. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
The
Cool.
game too.
I
Oh.
mean,
More of a Rocket League guy these days, but cool.
that sounds cool.
Well, let's play all of these notes. Let me show you in the beginner level how to just play like all straight through to be able to play the melody and the thing that everybody knows. You know, the thing. It's gonna start on an E flat, and an E flat is a note right below an E, and it also happens to be the note is a top note of a group of 2 black notes. So any group of 2 black notes, the top note is gonna be an E flat, and we're gonna use like. Eventually, in the intermediate and the advanced versions, we're gonna play like multiple ones of those at a time. That's the thing at the beginning. Like I was playing these guys over here, just a couple of them, and then I was like, I wish there were more. And so then I tried playing all of them, and then realized I couldn't. So we'll practice that up too. But you can just play one for right now, and then add in as many E flats as you want eventually. So a single B flat or E flat, and then a B flat. So B flat is going to be the note that is on the top of a group of 3 black notes. So there's your group of 3 black notes. There's your B flat. So we got an E flat and then a B flat, and then we need a G. This is gonna be a white note. It's gonna be this one right here, just off center to the left of a group of 3 black notes. It's gonna be that white note right there. And if we just play those all in order, E flat, B flat, G, and play it like 2.5 times through. So once, twice, and then half a time through, like just the top 2 notes. Don't complete the thing. So that is one cycle of what we're gonna call an E flat chord. So that thing right there is the beginning of it. And then of course, to smooth it out and speed it up, we'll need to practice that. That'll take a little bit of practice time later on. For right now, let's move on to the next section. Of all 3 of these notes, we get to retain this one right here, the B flat, and both of these guys are gonna move one note to the left like this, right there. And we're gonna do the exact same thing using that pattern. So 2.5 times through, and then actually you get to do it again. And just to show you where we are, that first thing we did was that guy right there, so that's that. And then we play these ones right here. So we'd play, and then we do the exact same thing again. And then the last one, we get to retain this note right here, this bottom note, the F, and we're gonna play the C and the A flat on top of that. So those 3 notes right there, same exact pattern. And there's a good chance that that should be your assignment right there, just working through those 4 measures. The actual track's a little bit faster than that, but that would be some really great practice, just those ones right there. And then try not to put gaps in on all of your switches. So beginners are going to sound like this. If you ever catch yourself saying out loud while you're practicing, that's totally normal. It means you need to practice that section more, though, because no one cares to hear in the middle of your song. So while you're practicing, try to get it to where you can just play it smoothly without those little breaks in the middle, and then these double dots over here mean repeat. So that's kind of like the first song. Dum ba da bum 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 bum. We should have like some ta-da music or something, but there. Oh, that's super. Oh, boo. That was quiet. It was great timing, though. So that right there is assignment number 1. Just working on those. And then we have the melody, the part that he actually sings, which you may or may not actually want to play. It sounds kind of boring on its own. But if you're going to be wanting to move on to the intermediate and the advanced versions, then you're going to need that because we're going to throw that in on top of other chords and stuff going on underneath that. So maybe something you want to practice, or maybe you want to turn on the track and just play that part. That would sound like this. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, lights go. Part would go. So, if you wanted to, you can work on that. But let's go back up to here without the track, and I'll show you how to play all those notes in case you want to throw it in. Otherwise, you can just leave the lesson right now and practice that thing, and maybe try it in both hands. That would be like another level of the assignment, is trying to do the exact same thing you're doing smoothly in your right hand. Don't try this until you do it smoothly in the right hand, but then try to do that in the left hand too. Okay, lights go out. That starts on E flat. 3 of those. I would highly recommend you say the words out loud as you go. I would highly recommend, if you were here, I would require that you say out loud with your mouth and your vocal cords, making actual sounds in the human world. Lights go out and I. Don't just think them in your head. I know 100% of people are like, yeah, I'm thinking about the words I go. It's not the same. So actually say those out loud. Lights go out and I. That's a E flat and then a C. And then we've got D flat, C, B flat for can't be saved. And we're actually almost done because we just do the same exact pattern, one note down basically. And that's going to be tides that I tried to swim against is going to be those notes right there. Tides that I tried to swim against. And then the exact same thing for the next section. Brought me down upon my knees. Oh, I beg and plead. And then this one right here is going to be G, A flat for you, ooh. And then ooh is F and E flat. So you, ooh, ooh. And there's still one more O, the G right there. So those are the, 5 notes that you'll need for that section if you're wanting to do that one. And if, in the intermediate and advanced lessons, we will probably throw those ones in. So that's all of the notes. That's plenty. You've got several different assignments here. We've got just that thing, the easily recognizable part. The separate assignment would be for lights go out, I can't be saved. And then the you-oo. Lots of stuff to work on there, but that's it for the beginner's level, which means it's time for the feature of the day.
That's right, and today's progression of the day is half steps down.
Yes, it is. Also known as a kesh, a C-E-S-H.
I love keshes.
I know. Yeah, these are really, really super cool. So this is just where you take any chord, especially a minor chord, but really any chord, like, I don't know, let's say an E flat, which we're going to learn here in a little bit. We got an E flat chord right there. And if you're writing a song, or you just have a song where you've got an E flat for a long time, and you're like, this sounds really boring, I'm playing E flats a whole bunch, it can work on any chord, then you're just going to take the root of the chord down by a half step. And there, and there, and there, and there, as far as you need to, which sounds really stupid when I play it like that. But if you play it in a song, this is all just an E flat chord. And like 75% of you are like, wait, no, I've heard that song before. Yeah, you're right, you have it. It's all over the place. That's like 3 trillion songs. And so it's just a major chord where you take the root down by a half step. Like I said, it also works really well on minor chords. For my taste, it works even better on minor chords. So if we had a A minor, most of you guys know, actually we have an F sharp or an F minor in this song that we're gonna get to later. Looks like that. So if you got an F minor, then you can just take this. And so this is all F minor. So if you got some song where you got an F minor that lasts for a long time, you want to decorate it, just take that root down by a half step. That's called a kesh, and that is our feature of the day, which means it's time for us to add in some roots in the intermediate level right now. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.